We got our dog just before the pandemic, and it was a foster dog that has ended up staying with us. But there's been an impact on a lot of our pets as well throughout this pandemic, because one thing we were not able to do in the beginning, Tyler, was to socialize her. So she's very protective of my husband and myself. But one thing she loves to do is go to Premier Pet Supply over here at Orchard Mall. And with us now is the owner, Michael Palmer. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks so much for having me. How are you guys?
We're great. I have to say, I was so proud of our dog, Trixie. The last time we actually let her go into your store, DDR was outside accepting donations. So we took Trixie and we donated a bunch of things from our previous dogs that had passed away, and then to say hi to Christina, Rinaldi, and the team at DDR. And we let Trixie go into your store and pick out her own snack. And she didn't bark, and she didn't growl at any dogs, and she came home and got the most belly rubs ever.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. We have to worry about that with our kids, too, right? They may not have to know how to socially interact either. You don't want them barking or growling at people. Things have been so weird the last year, but we've been able to create, somewhat of a normal setting in our stores throughout all this. We were very fortunate to have stayed open, being deemed essential. And although, it was a challenging time and there wasn't much traffic in our stores, people did, venture out, and they are more now than ever, which is great. And, we're still making sure that we're keeping people safe and distanced, but there's not many places you can go in general and feel safe and feel good. There's definitely not many places you can take your dog. So I'm happy that we're able to provide that environment for you.
And so with that, what was the decision that went in to say, hey, we're going to allow pets here? I know other pet stores do that as well, but this has really become vital during COVID. For us, it's part of her socialization training.
Sure. This has just been something that we've done, since our beginnings in 1992 at our original store in Beverly Hills, Michigan. It's part of the bonding experience with your pet, and it's part of the fun thing that you can do. We don't have restaurants that are very pet friendly, so it's nice that we can be maybe those very few businesses. Now, I've seen more people bringing their pets into Home Depots lately, which is kind of cool. But having an experience with your pet is something that we're huge proponents of. We've got the do-it-yourself dog wash rooms in our stores. That's something you can do with your dog or cat, or potbelly pig, as someone has done more recently.
What? Wait.
Yeah.
You had a piggy in your building?
It was pretty fun. I think everybody got a big kick out of that.
So I have to tell you, my only talent in life is my pig noise.
Are you going to do that for us right now?
Sure.
Now you
it
have
really
to.
is. It's like my family thinks I'm so weird, but yes, I'm just like a piggy.
Wow.
That's impressive.
That's something.
But potbelly pigs are cute. They're very adorable,
they are.
especially when they dress them up.
Yes. So yes, just experiences in general is just what it's all about. And for us as a retail business, right, we've got to be able to continue to provide those things that people can't do online, right? You can't walk your dog through an online shopping experience. And so, it's one of our saving graces, if you will, and we create many. Unfortunately, the events that we have, which are typically plentiful throughout the year, we've had to cancel, but bringing your pet in for a dog wash, bringing your pet in just to shop, bringing your pet in for the nail trims that we offer in our stores is something that people have really kind of have appreciated for sure.
We've talked so much about how the COVID-19 crisis has impacted people, but we haven't really talked about how it's impacted our pets with that isolation portion of it. So it's so important to have a facility such as yours, like I said, even for her just to go in and she picks out a snack or picks out, a new toy or something. It really is, it's been vital to us. I know it seems like something small to other people, but when you have a new pet and then you go into a pandemic, and it's a rescue pet, and they go through different things that they go through as they adapt to their new home. So you're a favorite spot of hers. And I will say we've maybe taken her into another pet store. We won't name it. She doesn't like that one. She barks at everyone. But yours, she's very happy.
I'm really happy to hear that. Thank you. I think it's really important. One of the things that I'm trying to be a big advocate for is making sure that people who like yourself, who have a new pet at home, so many have, this past year, the hope is that, we start to get them geared up and ready for the time when we are going to get back to some normalcy and get back to work and get into our regular schedules. So, maybe leaving them at home a little bit more and putting them in a crate or whatever the scenario would be if you were to leave them little by little and gradually weaning them into understanding that that's going to be part of the equation will help many pet owners hopefully offset some disobedient actions that they may, think the dog's acting out or is no longer in control. It's just pent up energy that they're going to have because they're so used to you being home all the time and people being around. So we've got to be aware and conscious of that for sure.
That's such a great point that you brought up. I did notice I was in there this weekend buying pet food, and I saw that you had your sign of your upcoming event. So you are still participating, or at least letting the public know about some of these events.
We are. We're trying. We're doing them very carefully and calculated, but we really are pushing. Optimistically for things to get back to normal. But we understand it has to be done. In a manner that is safe and and leaving people feeling comfortable. But we're really looking forward to things getting back to normal.
Michael Palmer with us here on the MegaCast. He's the owner for Premier Pet Supply. How has business been for you during this time? Sales up, down, or pretty level?
So they're level, which to me I say is a huge success. I mean, my heart breaks for all those businesses that are struggling and had to close. We're so very fortunate to have stayed open. I'll tell you, many people think we're absolutely killing it because, like we had said, so many people have new pets this year, but so many people, unfortunately, are now shopping online. So the new pets has kind of been our saving grace, which is offset and created a balance of the many people who have started to shop online. But what I'm trying to do as an independent, small family, Michigan-owned retailer is let people understand that we do provide the same services and that, Chewy.com or an Amazon will. I mean, those are very prevalent businesses right now that are doing astronomical sales. I mean, Chewy.com is estimated to do over $7 billion in sales this past year. They haven't sent the reports out yet, but that's almost 10 times what they did 3 or 4 years ago. And so, us as smaller retailers are losing a lot of business to the online conglomerates. So we do, through our website, premierpetsupply.com, we provide, the ability for people to shop online, to create a curbside order or a local delivery, which we'll do for free within 10 miles of any of our locations. And I'd say about 95% of the orders we get in, I deliver personally within 24 hours of that order, which is a lot better than what those online stores are doing.
That's amazing. Were you doing curbside and delivery prior to the pandemic?
I wasn't. I'm laughing because I was so excited because a month prior to the bottom falling out, if you will, I was primed and ready to launch curbside and local delivery, and I thought it was so cool because I was going to be the first pet supply store in Metro Detroit that was going to offer this. And then the pandemic hits and everybody does it now. And so I'm not so special, but we're doing everything we can to make sure that we're taking care of people, keeping them home if they want to stay home, providing that, that service if they don't want to come into the store at all. But also, for me, it's just preserving that business that, we had the potential to lose.
So with that, too, I will say I've kind of cheated on the lady where we first originally found our dog food from. So we make our dog's food. It's this crazy thing. It's an all-day thing. And she's a big dog. She's like 70 pounds. So my husband, was like, we have to make our own food because, she'll live longer. They'll be healthier. But we mix it with dried dog food that you can get from your store there. We were going to start ordering it online, but just what you were saying, we wanted to support local, so we started going to a pet supply place in Troy. But then during the pandemic, her hours were so crazy, like only on Wednesdays from 2 until 4. It was hard and it was further away. And so when we discovered you guys had it and you're right here around the corner, we're like, we're still supporting local. You've always, had our supply, and the service has always been amazing. So, sometimes I feel bad about cheating, but I feel good because I love coming to your store.
Well, I appreciate that. We are, we really go out of our way. I wouldn't even say out of our way. It just comes natural for us make sure that your money being spent locally stays local. We support so many groups, especially those that are benefiting the welfare of animals that are local, and supporting Michigan companies in our stores, doing everything we can to make sure that we are making you proud to support us by supporting and keeping that money local. And it is said that 60 to 80% of money spent locally stays local. And I will attest that's absolutely true.
And there is something also to getting that service from people that know you and know your pets and have had that experience with you and have gone through answering your questions in the process of raising this pet alongside you, giving you that advice and being there along the way with you to provide that you can't necessarily get at a large chain or online.
I appreciate you recognizing that. It's really important to us that we keep our staff trained at a really high level when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to the knowledge of the products that we sell. I always say we've got great customer service, but any business can claim great customer service, but our service goes beyond with product knowledge and understanding and just compassion and the time to care, because we understand, and everyone in our teams, in each of our stores, they understand that, there's a lot of options out there, and people can shop online or, buy their pet supplies at many other stores, but they choose to come into our stores, and we want to make sure that they feel special and they're appreciated when they do walk in our stores. And that's so important.
Michael, just a couple more minutes here with you on the MegaCast. Before we let you go, tell us about how you're supporting Leader Dogs for the Blind. I love that program.
Oh, thank you. So we I've served on one of their boards for over 3 years now. It's just such a great group, out of Rochester Hills, Michigan, local, but their reach is international. And it's very expensive to place a dog with someone with special needs. I don't think people recognize that. On average, it's around $40,000 for each dog to get placed. And Leader Dogs for the Blind doesn't receive any public funding. It's all private and corporate donations. So us supporting Leader Dogs is near and dear to Premier Pet Supply in my heart, and it's a great fit. So what we do throughout the year, we do what's called the Dog Days, a summer campaign, and people are able to buy little dog tags that they can put their dog's name on, and we plaster throughout the walls of our stores throughout the summer. And we also contribute, Premier Pet Supply does, and we were able to give them a check for $17,000 last year through the help of all of our customers' donations and the contribution that we had made ourselves. So that was something we were very, very proud of. And every year our goal and our plan is to donate even more money. So for 2021, I'd love to hit that $20,000 mark. That would be great.
It would be great. It is a great program. I will say I'd have a hard time being one of the trainers, because you get these puppies and you train them and then you hand them over. Like, I saw a story. I was crying for the lady as she was giving the dog up, but it is a great program. So thank you for supporting it. Before we let you go, we of course know you're here in our community at the Orchard Mall. Where are your other locations?
So we're in Beverly Hills at 13 in Southfield. We also have Rochester Hills, Novi, Livonia, Canton, Shelby Township, and we are excited to announce that we're working on, and we have construction started on a downtown Detroit location. So that we hope to open in the spring this year.
Oh, that'd be great. So many people are moving into Detroit to bring in their pets along with them.
Yes, yeah, it's really fun to see so many people down there, and and walking their dogs and being active in the streets. And we're looking to be a great part of that and truly provide the residents down there with the first full-scale pet supply store in the heart of the city.
That'd be awesome. We were at Buddy's Pizza downtown last week, and someone was out there with a puppy St. Bernard. The thing was huge, and it was a puppy. Hey, Michael, though, quickly before we let you go, I have to say, we were having a conversation. My dog loves bully sticks.
Yep.
And then we realized what bully sticks were. And we're supporting my dog eating bully sticks. Just Google what a bully stick is. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I typically just keep it real simple. It's just the muscle, and it's from the cow.
Well, Michael, thank you again for being with us, and we wish you the best of luck in 2021 as well.
Thank you both. I really appreciate you having me on.